What's going on, people? Welcome back to Tentwa Talks Football. I'd just like to start by saying that, boy, has it been a good day for Man United fans, man. It's been a very, very good day. We've not just won the Premier League, we've not just won the Champions League. I wish we were in the Champions League this season. However, transfer news-wise, it has been a very, very good day. It started off by us humbling those Geordie bastards, Newcastle United, sending them back to where they belong, putting them back in their box, reminding them of their level in the food chain. We've just taken Benjamin SESKO. Newcastle put more money than us for Benjamin SESKO to try and get him to go to them, basically, instead of us. But guess what? The player said no. And as much as Newcastle have bid more money than Man United, I still want to go to Manchester United. And guess what? It's been communicated, it's official. Benjamin SESKO did reject Newcastle United, and he will indeed be joining Manchester United because Romano reported that he's agreed personal terms with Man United, which is a good deal because apparently it's a 5-year deal standard. There's probably going to be a 1-year option further. But basically, SESKO has rejected Newcastle for Manchester United, the only United side. You see this badge? You see it? That's the biggest club in the world. Okay, not in the world, let me not lie. In England, we're still the biggest. I don't care about I don't care what anyone says about this Liverpool nonsense. Man United is still the biggest club in England. But anyway, this video is not about Benjamin SESKO. This video is about a player I have been begging Ineos to try and bring to Old Trafford for the past, 18 months? I've been asking for Carlos Baleba to be signed by Manchester United because in as much as he's not Moises Caicedo, I call him the Moises Caicedo regen. Moises Caicedo left Brighton, and I know it's probably sounding, it's a bit lazy just because a player left Brighton, went to Chelsea, he was a DM, he was a good player. Doesn't mean Caicedo's gonna, doesn't mean, what's his name? Baleba's gonna be that. But I'd like to actually go against that notion. I think Carlos Baleba is one of the best midfielders in the world, at least when you compare him to midfielders of his own age. I mean, when it comes to the Premier League, you'd have to talk about Caicedo. You can maybe talk about Declan Rice. You can definitely talk about Rodri. Gravenberch, is he better than Baleba? I don't know. But based on last season, I'm just going to say yes because last season, Gravenberch was one of Liverpool's best players and he did help them win a Premier League title. But basically, Caicedo, Rodri, Gravenberch, and Rice, those are the 4 DMs who I could consider to be better than flipping Carlos Baleba. But guess one thing they all have in common? They all play for the big sides. They all play for the big 6 sides. Now, this simply goes to tell you that only Man United and Spurs don't have a top DM in their club. So I think this is our chance. Let's go get Carlos Baleba. It's being reported by yet another David Ornstein bomber. David Ornstein is reporting that Manchester United have apparently inquired with Brighton about the player's availability. However, United feel that Brighton might not be willing to sell this summer. And with that said, Carlos Baleba is, however, interested and eager to hear Man United's project. He's willing to hear Man United's proposal. What do they intend to do with him? Now, for me, in as much as he's saying that United know that Brighton are not going to be willing sellers this summer, I think it's gettable. Every single player in this league has a price. Every single one. Alexander Isak, you put 150. If Liverpool put 150 on the table, Newcastle will take it. Whether or not they've got a replacement striker, they will take it. Carlos Baleba, we know if we're going to try and sign him, it's not going to be cheap. It's not going to be 70 million pounds. It's not going to be 80 million pounds. I don't even think it's going to be 90 million pounds. I think the number is going to have to start from 100 going up. When it comes to negotiating with, they are very, very, very difficult and stubborn. And to be fair to them, they don't really need the money. I mean, this summer, they've already sold this guy, what's his name, João Pedro, to Chelsea for about 60 million pounds. 60 million pounds for a guy who didn't necessarily have the best seasons last season, but he was actually a good player and he's got potential. You've seen the type of player he is now that he's gone to Chelsea. Now I'm saying, Man United, this is our chance. This right now, do not wait for the January window. Do not wait for next summer because trust me, someone else is going to come in for him. Either Liverpool are going to come in for him, City are maybe going to come in for him, maybe to replace, looking to replace Rodri. Maybe Arsenal decide to beef up their midfield because we know Arteta has a fetish for central midfielders and left backs. We know this guy likes that. So he might come in for him next season. And if we haven't learned anything this season, it's that, unfortunately, as Man United, as big as we are, as much as we're still the biggest club in the league, when Arsenal come calling, a player is more likely to go to them than us. One, because they're in the Champions League. So I don't even know if we're going to be in the Champions League next summer. No, or next season, rather. So for me, we need to address that position. We need to make sure that we put ourselves in a position which will be in the top 4 next season by getting a proper midfielder. And like I said at the beginning of this video, that midfielder for me personally is none other than Carlos Baleba. This guy is perfect for us. We need Amorim. He loves a shin kicker, but for some weird reason, he doesn't love Ugarte. Well, I say weird reason, let's be honest. Ugarte is pretty rubbish. So I get it. He was his boy back at Sporting, but ever since he came to United, it doesn't really seem to fancy him. Especially in the big games, he seems to drop him. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is, in as much as Amorim he's starting to build a good squad, he's got a good team. The attack has been sold just like that. Cunha, Mbemo, SESKO, good attack. I'm happy with that. But my biggest problem with this football club is the midfield. I mean, we all know the saying, games are won and lost in the midfield. Go get a proper midfielder. Go get a proper player like Carlos Baleba. This guy's ceiling is so high. Like I said, he might genuinely be the next Caicedo. This boy is so good. He's very physical. He's strong. Very good tackler. He is decent with his ball progression. What I love about him the most is he's a good ball carrier. He can take the ball from deep and start attacks for us. He might not be the best passer in terms of long-range passes. He's no Andrea Pirlo. He's not a Xavi or Iniesta or whatever. But this guy is a proper defensive midfielder. And I think Ineos need to do everything in their power to get this boy to the Premier League, to get this boy to Manchester United, I mean. And if we do get him, and we do go like with a maybe cheap goalkeeper like Lamens, because to be fair, I don't think we could, if we were able to pull this deal off for Baleba, I don't think we'll still be able to pull off any other big deal for any other player. So if we were to get this Baleba guy and this Lamens kid that I keep on seeing us being linked with, even though I know nothing about him, I think minimum, which would be required from Ruben Amorim this season, is top 4. Not top 5, not top 6, top 4. You've got 1 game a season. You've got time, because last season you complained about not having enough time to train the players on the training ground. Now you're playing 1 game a week. You have all the time in the world to train your players throughout the week while our rivals are in Europe. You're at home, train the players and start playing good football and start winning games convincingly. That way, you can actually deserve to stay on as Man United manager. Because after the disastrous season he gave us last season, Ruben Amorim cannot afford another disastrous one. It cannot fly, guys. It just cannot. So for me, like I said, I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be difficult. Brighton are very tough negotiators. Very difficult to negotiate with. I say, let's go test the waters. Let's go put in a bid. I know we're talking to them. And I've seen the strategy from United. They're saying they'll only go for players who want to join us. The player has apparently already said that he'd be eager to hear United's proposal. What do they have for him? He'd be willing to join us. There are no rivals. We have a free run at him this window. But if you wait for next season, I promise you there's going to be 2 or 3 other big dogs who are in for him. And I don't know if we're going to win the race. So to make things easy for ourselves, let's spend the money now. And I know there'll be some people saying, how are you going to get Baleba? It's not possible. Guys, what's his name? Mateus Cunha's deal was apparently reported in last season's financial books. So guess what? This summer, we've apparently only spent about 140 million pounds. Sorry, 140 million euros, which equates to about 122 million pounds. Like, guys, if you spend 122, we know every financial year, Man United tend to spend about 200 million pounds. So if they're saying we've spent about 122, surely you can spend another 100. Make it 222. I know it's above the 200 million pound mark, but at the end of the day, you get to get a top player. This kid is young. How old is he? 21, 22? I'm not even sure about his age. But all I know is this boy is going straight to the top. And whoever gets him will get a proper player in him. So Ineos, I beg of you, please do the right thing and bring Carlos Baleba to Man United. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the video. Do you think United ever actually stand a chance of getting him? Or do you think we're in cuckoo land? Let me know what you guys think. And if you haven't already, please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.